How will I transition? No! I can't. Alright. So you know who else fucks lollies? Well, so it's not Hachiroku, but it's Sotetsu. God fucking damn it. Welcome back to Maitetsu. You know, last time we played, why was the previous category Amazing Grace? I may or may not have forgotten to, update the title. Alright, hang on, I need to do that. Bunny Rain Girl game. Maitetsu. Alright, anyway, last time we played through, right, Sotetsu got sort through all of his trauma bullshit, right, and, you know, they, well, they didn't fuck, but, you know who else gets their way with lolly train girls? No. No. Anyway, let's don the appropriate attire. And, god damn it, Dexter, let's get into it. Shall we? There we go, okay. We're almost at the Kuma River number 4 bridge. I tightened my grip on the automatic brake valve. I could have made it worse. I know. Hachiroku doesn't give me any directions. That must mean she wants me to do it based on my own judgment.
制動コンマ8
I wonder about the incline, but I can always add more power. I prioritize safety so that I don't overshoot the distance. Is it too early? I make the cutoff and return the brake to the driving position. Just leave the rest to inertia and... damn it.
見事兄さんへえ上手に止まるものだね
いや、
I stopped 2 meters short of the stopping point. To the easy judge that is Hibiki and the inexperienced Kisaki's eyes, it may seem good, but to Hachiroku...
86?
はい着人人丸々ちょうどですね
She
お
was
疲れ様
not
でした
she was not judging you, she was just distracted.
ああ、いや、それはいいのだが。
分かっております私たちは駅舎響たちは炭鉱近辺のそれぞれ調査でございますね
おい
Hachiroku exits the cab and runs off as if trying to get away.
探検バイ 遊びじゃない。はしゃいでいると怪我をするよ。
Kami, Nagi, and Kisaki exit to the platform. I look around, but Hachiroku is nowhere to be found. Fuck off with your ranking bullshit. You know what my ranking is? It's right there. Alright?
にいにい、どぎゃんしたと？
With Kisaki not around, Hibiki talks to me in her natural Kumamoto dialect. Shut up about that ranking. Hearing her relaxed questioning, I tell myself that I may be overthinking it.
いや、停止位置が手前すぎたなと反省していただけだ。それより気をつけて行ってこいよ。
行ってきまーす。
There was no direction, and I didn't hear my early braking being pointed out. Even though it's a test run, I think they're getting too lax with the checks.
まあ、今はともかく言われた仕事をこなさないとな。
Atadoku's been in good condition for a while, so I guess she's testing me. So maybe she's testing me. Just as a precaution, I confirm the front side and carefully pull up to the stopping point. Where is Sotetsu on the ranking? Okay. All done. And now to do the stopping procedures.
さて、駅舎調査を頑張るとするか。
Oh, thanks for the hydrate. The more I look, the more I check, the more it makes me think. If I were a tourist, this station wouldn't be very appealing.
かつて術戦炭鉱が栄えていたということの表れなのであろうがな。
Yeah, but now it kind of fell off. Unlike most other closed stations, Uniline has station buildings that are well built. However, I'm sure the outer boards used to be much cleaner now. Much cleaner. Now they look dirty and cheap. Because no one's been here since in a long time.
まあ、問題なのは中身か。検査の結果次第では、建物をそのまま再利用できるのかもしれんしな。
Inside the station building, Hachiroku is investigating, one by one, what she's told to. I'm walking outside the station building looking for anything that may catch someone's eye.
鉄の中には、配線鉄という方々もいるそうだが、僕はそれにはなれんようだな。
I don't understand it at all. I don't even feel any sort of sadness for it. If I had to feel sad for anything, it would be the half-ripped piece of paper used as a notice for closure for the station. Notice of closure.
とはいえ、86を一人にしてもおけんしな。
Maybe I could have done something more worthwhile had I followed Hibiki and the others. Those thoughts crossed my mind, but I try to suppress them with logic.
86を一人置いていくなど。
That's impossible. I don't even want to think about it. Just hearing Hachiroku doing her checks inside conjures up a warm feeling inside of me.
が、
I'm sure she'd get distracted if I watched her close by. Maybe she wants to focus because she's not used to this kind of work. I'm sure that's the case, but even so, it makes me feel somewhat lonesome.
一人というのは味気ないものだったのだな。
If Hachiroku's by my side, we can have a conversation, instantly dispelling this empty feeling. Bunk.
No.
She is so small.
お待たせしました、相鉄様。
Hachiroku, being in her operation body, pats off the dust and finally comes out of the abandoned station building.
調査の方はどうだった？
どうなのでしょう。 指示された試験を行い、数値を記録しましたが、その意味まではわかりません。
The smaller the better, that's my motto. Okay. Yeah, but if they're too small, how are you gonna fit the you-know-what? Hachiroku shrugs playfully, giving me this eerie sense of sympathy.
そうか。86もわからなかったか。僕もだ。
I imitate her slouch.
良い点も悪い点も全くもってピンとこない。廃液の良し悪しを知るにはどうも修行が足りんらしい。
Hachiroku jumps slightly. It's a very childish gesture, unlike her. Very childish gesture, unlike her. But seeing such a wide smile from her, I have to reconsider.
悪い点はともかく、いい点でしたら一つだけ、きっと教えて差し上げられます。
Don't say childish. Dexter, just don't get turned on by the word, alright?
ほう。
She hurries to the abandoned station building, but then she suddenly turns around the other way.
86?
抱き上げていただけますか？
Oh,
なんだ、キャブへ戻るのか。
はい。少々お待ちくださいましね。
I like the word emoto or lolly better. Yeah, but like... childish is used more as an adjective. Alright? Emoto and lolly are used more for nouns. Just because you can use both of them as adjectives doesn't mean... whatever. I place Hachiroku inside the cab. I hear a clunking sound as she exchanges tablets.
もう少し、今しばらくだけお待ちください。
I like innocence. That is not the right... that is not... childish and innocent is not... they are not... they're not synonyms, alright? After changing to her maintenance body, she descends from the cab. Hachiroku then hurries off to the station building. Small? I mean... yeah, that's better. I seem to be waiting a lot today. Yeah, but childish is used not for... it is not to be used as a descriptor for physical appearance. It's meant to be used for... mental... image... I mean, it doesn't... look, when someone says person A is childish, they are not referring to how they look. They're referring to how they act, right? That's why it's... that's why you can't use physical descriptors as a synonym for childish, right? I mean, you can, but, you know, most people wouldn't, right? A synonym for childish would be like immature, right? Something like that. Budding, okay.
相鉄様、どうぞいらしてください。
I'm not gonna go all grab. We're not taking it. I'm not taking an English class here, alright?
うん。おお。
Lord, I'm just willingly digging my grave. You've been doing that since you started watching hentai, alright? Oh. She's got a... fuck, what is it called? Hole punch. Yeah, I think that's what it... Inside the station building isn't... the inside of the station building isn't bad. Rather, it's actually quite nice. A station of wood, mortar, and iron. During the Aisho era, in the past, this was what railway stations were like.
どちらまでの切符をお求めですか？
Hopefully I don't dig too deep. Yeah, hopefully you don't dig as deep as Kyrie's hole. That came out wrong. Hachiroku makes clicking noises with the ticket punch. Ticket punch, I guess. That works. While looking up at me with excited eyes. her usual attire makes her look like a station employee when the environment differs. She's quite adorable. It fits her well.
そうだな。特に行き先は決めてないんだ。
This is the ending? You cannot tell me this is the ending. You said there was another chapter after this, man. You know who else has dementia? God damn it. Savine, not the right time. I feel so happy that I decided to play along with her. How many years has it been since I played like this?
どこかおすすめの場所などあれば、そこまで頼む。
相鉄様へのおすすめでしたら。
I was just joking. Okay, I was gonna say. You know, I should have just looked at the CGs. Actually, you know what? I am going to do that. Alright, I'm gonna bookmark this. I'm gonna look at how many CGs there are left. Alright, that's a good indication of how long this is left. Hachiroku. There's 3 CGs left, 2 CGs left. So it will be fine. Maybe. Unless it pulls a Kana in Irasekai where there's 2 CGs left in Kana's library that only show up in Shinku's route. So let's hope that there's another chapter, because if there isn't, I won't have enough content for my VOD channel. I'll have to combine this one with the end of with the start of another route. Yeah. Hachiroku starts writing something on some paper. Ah, so that's a handmade ticket. I think they used those back then.
こちらなどいかがでしょう。
おう。
What? No. So smug. Yep. Free express. Persons, 1 adult. Validity, no expiration. And the range of the ticket is from Sotetsu Station to Hachiroku Station. Is this... Is this her way of confessing? Have they already confessed? I don't know. What the... Where did the ticket go? It's a blank piece of paper again. Man, what the fuck?
これはいい。1枚いただこう。
はい、どうぞ。それでは入居させていただきますね。
I hold out the ticket I just received. With a slightly nervous look, Hachiroku takes a deep breath.
これでいつでも相鉄様は86駅までフリーパスです。
I don't like how you're looking at me like that while you're saying what you're saying, alright? Listen, alright. Look, the reason it is sus, alright, because trains going into tunnels can be used as a euphemism for sex. Alright? So, a station could also be used as an... Fucking hell. Do not sex the train. I'm not saying... It's not the train, it's the train girl. It's different. This is quite embarrassing. Yet it makes me happy. No, this happiness should...
もう1枚発見をしてもらえるかな。プレゼントに使いたいんだ。
Like, look, all I'm gonna say is... But for an engineer and a railroad, this would be a pretty neat marriage proposal. But it's like... The way it's used, or the way it's implied is like a sex pass. Right? What?
はい、どちらまでの切符ですか？
Look, I don't think they were implying sex when they wrote the scene. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
86駅から相鉄駅。大人1枚。有効期間無制限の特急券で1枚頼む。
No, Sotetsu would say, my train is entering Hachiroku Station, and then H scene.
はい。
Hachiroku's cheeks turn bright red. I'm sure this embarrassment isn't mine alone. That makes me even more happy.
どうぞ。
ありがとう。では、この切符は86にプレゼントだ。
It's a ticket she made herself, but Hachiroku looks at it as something sacred. See, it doesn't work the other way around, right? Because she doesn't have a train. She has a station. Fucking never mind. She hands the ticket puncher to me so that she can grab it with both hands. She then sighs ecstatically.
相鉄様、この切符に入居をしていただけますか？
What would they? Okay, I was like, why are they why do they need a description for punch?
ああ、喜んで。
持ち方はこうです。親指と人差し指で上を挟んで。
Dexter, delete it.
こうか。うん。
I receive a very popular intrusion, but the actual ticket punch can wait in I receive a very proper instruction, but the actual ticket punch takes only a moment. A tiny voice, a deep breath, and then Hachiroku giggles to herself almost too blissfully.
これで私たち、お互いを行き来できるのですね。
うん。
The ticket came from a little game we played, but Hachiroku's smile turns into a precious treasure. A precious treasure. This certainly is sacred. And although my reaction's delayed, I've come to realize that.
これは胸ポケットにしまっておこう。なくさないよう。僕の心臓の一番近くに。
私もそのようにいたします。
She nods. Hachiroku's eyes seem a bit sentimental when she looks at seem a bit sentimental when she looks at me again. I want to sleep, but I have one of those headaches that don't let me sleep. Well, look at the bright side. At least you'll be able to stay up to watch the rest of the visual novel. And maybe you'll get to see the ending of Hachiroku's route.
私には心臓がないのが残念ですが。
ないのかな、本当に。
It makes me think. It makes me doubt that Hachiroku is a thing, a Raillord, but it's a fact that she is alive.
でしたら。
Hachiroku takes my hand. The ticket punch falls to the ground, but I have no intention of picking it up. I'm not invited to the Discord group jerk off. Well, you haven't subscribed. What would be the right term for subscribe to my Patreon? Whatever, something like that.
相鉄様が触れて確かめてみてくださいますか？
What? I was just talking about the Patreon H scenes. What? Hang on, I need to go back. Oh, right. Hachiroku guides my hand to her chest. It's warm and soft. Interesting. My body starts to heat up. My own heart beats faster. Hachiroku must feel it too.
これではどうだかわからんな。
でしたら、
Hachiroku stares at me. I can't shake off her gaze or her hand.
でしたらどうか、相鉄様。まだたばーい。あれ、兄さん86どこ行ったとよ。
God damn it, Nagi, you're ruining a moment. It's Nagi. Saved? No, not saved. Ruined. It's fucking ruined. It's fucking raw. That thought, it goes through my head as I get more confused. Saved from what? That's what I'm saying. Fucking Sword Tetsu.
兄さんいないの？もう二人とも早いよ。
Yeah, if Fukamu's only good with her hands, I mean...
おそらく駅舎の中だろう。調査をすると言ってたじゃないか。
They hear them but keep going. Okay, this isn't a hentai, alright? This, at least... Maitetsu has more class than that.
ああ、うん。駅だ。こちらもちょうど終わったところだ。
I exit outside with Hachiroku. Hibiki, Kisaki, Nagi, and Fukami. I mean, we could always corrupt Hachiroku, alright? This visual novel doesn't have that option, alright? You only get one option, and that's Huda romance. They all have some dirt on their faces, but are wearing bright smiles nonetheless.
どうやら有意義な調査ができたようだな。
有意義ばい。めっちゃくちゃ楽しかったばい。もうなぎちゃん、楽しかったとかそういうことじゃないよ。いや、楽しさも重要だ。相鉄、ここにはどうやら僕の予想以上の価値がある。
Kisaki looks at Hibiki as if to urge her. Hibiki nods in response, and then looks up at me with doting eyes.
それで、兄さん、私たち、できたら、だけど。
She's going to ask me for something, and a really terrible thing at that. I can sense that by instinct as her brother.
このままお泊まりして、調査、続けたらダメかな。
Ain't no way. You know that visual novel I showed you earlier? The white-haired lolly in one of the hate scenes? She brings some aphrodisiac to spread. Ah! What does that mean? Listen, I don't know why you're talking about other visual novels, especially because you're talking about ones that I haven't played. They're actually gonna stay. Maitetsu. Full Metal Alchemist. Oh, I thought they were gonna be there for a bit longer, but I guess they're skipping that scene. I drink my morning coffee and check the operation schedule. My mind gradually awakens as I remember what was happening.
もう明日になるのか。4往復は。
With the test ending, 8620 will return to normal operation, and Kia 7 will get an overhaul. We're starting to be able to make a work schedule with Hibiki and Nagi on rotation.
オーバーホール、良い判断でしたね。
The only sensible thing to do is to agree with Hachiroku's words.
シャフトに亀裂が見つかるとはな。
微細なうちに発見できて何よりでした。他には大きな不具合もないとのことですし。
She prevented an accident and also extended the life of Kiha 7. It's all very fortunate. However, I didn't expect the effect of the extended repair time to rear its head there.
ごめんね、ニーニー。明日、学園の登園日やけん。
Imagine having school. Cringe. Did it show on my face? Hibiki speaks with a hint of being sorry about it, a slice of bread in her hand. She shouldn't mind it in the slightest.
謝るようなことではないさ。学園生の本分は勉学であるに決まっている。
A frown as if she mistakenly swallowed the call for Hachiroku. Ah? I realized that she took that as a lecture.
勉強しろという話ではない。ただ、響と凪の臨時雇いに頼り切った現状に問題があると感じただけだ。
Once school starts again, we won't be able to set up a rotation schedule. If Kia 7 is in operation, I only need to stand in for 2 shifts, but even a little change in the schedule causes 4 shifts. The schedule causes 4 shifts due to missing workers.
学園の新学期が始まれば、お前たちにも頼りづらい。フルタイムの助手の増員も必要かと、やはりな。
Dexter, stop talking about a different visual novel. Alright, we're playing Maitetsu. I'm playing Maitetsu. You're watching me play it.
ああ、まあ、そうかもね。
Hibiki glances up at me questioningly.
新学期とかのこともそうだし、もっと先、学園出た後、私もどうなるかわからんしね。
テートの美大に行くのではないのか？
それもいいけど、トレインマークとかも楽しかけん。地元で勉強ば続けられるならとかも思うとる。
地元で？
うん。熊本市内に美術科のある大学あるけんね。エアクラで片道2時間かかるけど、ギリギリ通えるし。
ほう。
Ando, what's your favorite lolly hentai in a VN? I don't know, fucking Azuki's hate scene in the second Nekobara game? Hibiki, a little while back, would be asking me for advice about her academic path. She'd research it, think long and hard about it. It makes me happy knowing that she's growing up.
まあ、一番行きたい道を行け。仮にお前がよそに行っても、なんとかやるさ。
だね。私がおらんでも、なんでもなんとでもできちゃうんだよね。ニーニーは。
うん。
Favorite lolly hentai in general? Tiny Evil. Yeah, that's a good one. My intent was to cheer her on, but it caused her to make a sad face instead. I wonder what to do, but now I'm at a loss for what to say.
いずれにしても、まだまだ先のお話です。新しい方を雇うにしても、響が学園を卒業するのも。
だな。
Hatsudoku smiles at us when we both nod at the same time. Hatsudoku wipes the coal stains on the side of her mouth with a napkin.
先のことを思い悩むより、今のこと。相鉄様は、明日の4勤をきっちりこなすことからです。明日のことなんだけど。
Hibiki and I are both relieved to hear that. We quickly latch onto Hatsudoku changing the subject.
明日ね、できれば夜も学園で過ごしたかとよ。
夜も？
学園の合宿所、お泊まりしてもよかと？
なんだ、またお泊まりの話か。
だって、一回も許可してくれんし。
Hibiki pouts by flaring her cheeks. I know it's just an act, but her eyes are serious.
仕方なかろう。術戦配炭校など、とても寝泊まりできる場所ではない。
そりゃあの日は、準備もなしの思いつきだったけど、その後計画ば立て直しても同じこと言うし。
学園生だけでキャンプするには危険すぎる場所だ。装備や経験があったとしても、それは変わらん。
Nagi, being a Girl Scout, brought out a very well-made campaign plan then. But even so, Bakuda wouldn't allow it. There was no way for me to side with Hibiki.
あの付近はエアクラで近寄れないだけでなく、携帯の電波も通じん。何かあっても誰も気づけん。
なら、学園の合宿所ならよかったよね。携帯も通じるし、エアクラも使えるけん。
The blonde-haired doll or the succubus? The succubus. The first one.
うん。
I played right into her hand. Though, now that I think about it, I was just being unnecessarily stubborn. Opposing for the sake of opposing is foolish. I need to make a judgment based on each case.
なぜ学園の合宿所に泊まる必要があるんだ？
アイディアだし、術戦炭鉱の再開発の、みんなでわーっとやりたかとよ。
そんなことは昼間に、と。
I stop myself mid-sentence, but Hibiki follows up.
昼間はみんな忙しかも。まとめてじっくり相談できるのは夜しかなかと。夜は、普段にはない考えが浮かぶものとも聞きますね。
Hataroku says while looking out to the distance. Well, perhaps is that something that engineer Koyomi had told her in the past.
そう、それもあるし、ナギちゃんとか突拍子もなか言葉言うから、キサキ先輩面白がるし。
ああ、確かにナギとキサキとは化学反応を起こしそうだな。
With Hibiki having the eye of an illustrator, and Fukami, who can laser focus on minute details.
面白そうだとは僕も思うが、しかし、現状の再開発案では足りんのか？
The plan to have half-operational steam locomotives in preservation, while passing down maintenance skills, and also building a steam locomotive museum as a tourist attraction. I personally think it's a smart plan. And I'm waiting for the CG of Reina and Hachiroku holding up the mini train set, alright?
もう一押しが足りないって、キサキ先輩は。もう一押しでございますか。参加してもいいじゃなく、参加したいって思わせる。そこに持っていくにはまだ足りないって。
PR 面でのもう一押しということか。
それだけじゃなく、資金面もってキサキ先輩は。
I have a hard time responding to the funding part of things. With the numerous repairs and added assistant staff, we still are lacking in money.
まあ、だな。初期費用さえ僕らだけでは到底賄いきれんだろうし。
It also far surpasses the level of loan that a bank branch has the authority to approve. It requires the decision from Hoshomoto Tada and the joining and investment by other railway companies. Great. More money problems every fucking time. Or perhaps there could be a donation drive with the citizens or railway enthusiasts to gather funds and... Oh, I see.
理解した。インパクトのあるアイデアは 採算性をも凌駕させる可能性を持つのだな。
お泊まりしてもよかと？
まあ、学園の合宿所ならば良いだろう。とはいえ、枕姉にも。
ねえねえには許可もらってる。ニーニーがオッケーならオッケーって。
根回しのいいことだ。86は何かあるか？
さようですね。
Hachiroku's eyes fall to the newspaper laid out on the table.
明日泊まって、明後日の朝に戻るのならば大丈夫ですよね。
ああ、天気予報か。
I was worried about it slightly, but it'll pass quickly.
まだ沖縄の南西だろ？九州に上陸するにしても、明後日の夜半頃とのことだし。
もし台風が来たって平気だよ。合宿所、うちおかよっぽど新しかけ。
道理だ。ならばよかろう。明日は気をつけて行ってこい。
良いアイディアが生まれますこと、大いに期待しておりますね。ありがとう、ニーニー、86。
が、その前に、だ。
Today, there is a group reservation for the Kuma River downstreaming, so Nagi has the day off as the engineer, and with Hibiki as the assistant, we have a fixed schedule for 2 commuting and 2 tourism.
登壇がきつかろうとは思うが、すまんな。今日一日は頑張ってくれ。
An unexpectedly bright smile. Not only that, she's making a winning pose.
期待しとって。明日ニーニーが楽できるよう、最高の釜で引き継ぎばしてあげるけ。
Speaking of poses, the thing that annoyed me most in Tsukasu's route was that in Arisekai is that they kept bringing up the pose where she curls, where she like balls up her hands into fists, right? They just every time it was shown as the pose was shown, they would always bring it up, right? It just showed the dip in quality when it came to writing Tsukasu's route compared to the others. Are you talking about another VN? Hey, I only said you're talking about. I already said it's only referring to VNs that I haven't played on stream or haven't uploaded. All right. By the way, guys, I got the results for my school exams today. I passed easy. Thank God. A concerned voice. I'm glad that at least one of my chatters is smart. I mean, look at the engineer's seat. Hachiroku's death in the sky, frowning before turning to me.
すみません、相鉄様。よろしいですか？
大丈夫だ。
I graduated with honors. Yeah, honors in lollyology. Never mind. I feel simply happy to be able to put down the one scoop for a moment. After the 4th round trip, we're finally at the return path. How much coal have I shoveled to get us here?
ほんの少しだけお願いします。
I do as she asks, and move my heavy arms to the automatic braking valve handle. Upon seeing that, Hachiroku removes her tablet to put in her operation body.
やはり。
Uh-oh.
これもうすぐ振り出します。
Uh-oh. You didn't hear that. Country-wise, that's Germany. Ain't no way. Wait, but Dexter, I mean, Starving, how old are you? Grr. Okay. Look, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going back. 19Y. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. Bro got scared. Listen, I just needed the clarification, alright? I mean, the, confirmation. Yeah.
あ、やはりこれもうすぐ降り出しますね。
Just from that single remark, I understand why she changed into the operation body with the better senses.
気圧か。
はい。あ、ほら、目視でも黒雲が。
The fuck is it the air pressure? She can sense the air pressure. Is she a fucking cat?
本当だな。予報よりも随分早いが。
さようですね。嫌な風です。
Atsudoku switches back her tablet to her maintenance body. There's nothing for me to do but to pick up the one scoop. With Ohitoyo Station coming up, I prepare for the arrival by suspending shovel and coal. Separating the work like that is optimal.
お人よ駅に戻るまでも持ちそうにありませんね。
本当だな。これはまるで。
Possibly due to fatigue, the coal I shoveled is uneven. That was the source of the problem. It might be an illusion caused by my own inexperience, but
86の煙が雨雲に変わっているようだ。
the smoke puffs are mixed with the clouds. The flow is too fast. It's almost abnormal. The sky was a beautiful red just earlier, but now it's been painted black. It's starting to rain. Right when I think that, it starts to pour. The rain seems to be coming sideways. Shit. It's just like back then. Our vision is restricted. Even our voices are difficult to hear due to the rain. But we're almost at Ohito Station.
相鉄様。
I shovel in a larger serving of coal, ventilate the smoke box, and inject water into the boiler before returning to the engineer's seat. After seeing that, Hachiroku returns her tablet to her maintenance body and tenses up her voice.
この横風で降り始めです。挙動を早く、緩やかに取るようにしてください。
ああ。
The most attention is needed. Not when everything is drenched, but when rain is just about to fall. The minute objects that are on the track will come off and reduce adhesion. Plunk. Thump. Fear comes up from my stomach. I thought I was over this, but I still haven't pulled myself together. All that happened was running over a foreign object like a pebble, but that froze every ounce of blood in me. It's alright. Stay calm. Calm down. The sound of the wind grows louder. The smell of burning coal. My memories are reviving, robbing me of my concentration. The images from that day slide into my view. It won't let go that easily. I forcibly suppress my nausea and exhale loudly. Although I do that in short bursts, I begin to sweat profusely.
相鉄様。
My vision widens at Hachiroku's voice. This is bad. My arms are completely frozen from the tension.
大丈夫ですか？お顔、色。
大丈夫。いささか緊張しただけだ。
I didn't think I would be so tense. There's no way I can apply the brake softly. I open and close my fingers to reset my grip. I'm not all right. My body can still move. The training I've repeated until today gave me muscle memory. My body can move as usual. Just do as you usually do.
逆転機ミッドギア
The preparation to stop 8620 and I have come this far. It's just a little more. Thinking that, I start to calm down.
ゼッキよし全身フルギア
Now that we're running purely on inertia, all that's left is to reduce the speed to stop. I tell that to myself while moving the automatic brake valve slightly.
制動コンマ4
Quicker, softer. I softly apply the first brake to charge up the pressurized air.
制限40
I'm staying under the speed limit, but it's slowing down properly, and it's slowing down properly. This is all routine, but for some reason it gives me reassurance today. No. Something is different. Hachiroku isn't responding to the calls. Is she testing me? She did this before too. I shake off the distractions in my head by focusing on my eyes and hands.
階段
I do a more detailed call out that I usually don't to concentrate better as I reduce the braking slightly. The stopping mark is right there. Just go the rest of the way with inertia.
地面運転
The speed is dropping. It's dropping as much as it can. 8620 is now slower than Paulette. Then 8620 is now slower than Paulette walking on the platform. Is Paulette slower than the rest of the characters, or is she?
停車停止目標よし
He could have just said slower than I am walking across, but apparently he had to say Paulette. I have it just right, but Hachiroku still won't call out. I check my own watch and make my call.
着1800帝国通り
A feeling of relief overcomes me. I try to suppress the shaking in my fingertips. As I finish all the train stopping procedures, I finally call out to Hachiroku.
86お人よ駅着だ帝国通りだ
ええ。きちんと私は見ておりました。
Who would have guessed that she wasn't testing you? Like she wasn't testing you the other time she didn't make any call-outs. She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. And she opens to look at me again. She's being her usual calm self.
見事な運転でございました、相鉄様。
But she isn't looking at Sotetsu
だったら
in the
よ
CG.
かった
I want to go home and sleep early tonight. I feel awfully tired. Oh, that's right. My fatigue has affected everything. Why else would rain and vibrations agitate me so much?
86降りるぞタブレットを変えてくれ
あ、はい、さようですね。
I put away her operation body in my crew bag, but Hachiroku still doesn't stand up. I didn't notice when she was in her operation body, but
86調子が優れないのか
いえ、あ、はい、そうですね。
she nods in an extremely sluggish manner.
やはり女子抜きの体制ですと 乾燥が多くなりますから、その分負荷が。
そうか。ならば、ほら。
I hold out my hand. Hachinoku slowly takes my hand. What's going on? He's cold. Possibly from the effects of switching so much. I don't feel Hachinoku's usual warmth. I try to grip a little harder, as if to transfer my body heat to her.
どうだ？立てるか？
少し休んでいただけですから、立つことくらいはいくらでも。そうてつくん、いいですか？
You know, just a slight bit of PTSD. You know how it is. And are you autistic? I haven't been diagnosed, so no.
なあ、今降りる。
Paulette just finished inspecting the tickets. I pick up Hachinoku to put her down from the cab. I then descend to the platform.
あれ？キャブでもないんですか？
何かだ？
響ちゃんたちです。客車に乗ってなかったし。すごい雨と風です。
They're right. Seems kinda sus. I mean, aren't we all a bit autistic? The rain and 8620 are blocking the elements for us. But the rain hits us, the roof and 8620. But the rain hits us from the gaps.
これはたまらん。転車を先に済ませてしまおう。話はその後、レールショップで。
Aren't we all kind of mentally deranged? Okay, well that's different.
タオル、ありがとうございます。いえいえ、乗務お疲れ様です。
Am I mentally deranged? Yes. You are. After drinking some tea Paulette made, my body heat begins to return to my extremities.
それで、響ちゃんたち。
Wait, I didn't read that right. No, I did read that right.
響と妃と凪と深見もだろ
はい、そうです。
う。そのメンツなら外泊だ。学園の合宿所に泊まるということだ。
泊まるって。
Paulette looks out the window. The rain is coming downward, sideways, and is only getting stronger. It almost feels as if it will break through the glass at any moment, any time. What is the deadliest mental health? You know that anorexia is the most lethal mental health condition. One person dies from an eating disorder every hour in the US. Many of these deaths are not from health consequences related to starvation, but from suicide. Right.
許可をしたのは一昨日の朝だったのだ。その時の予報では台風はまだ来ないはずだった。
北条妃様が泊まりがけでの相談をご希望されたとのことで、響がどうしてもと。
Hachinoku and I take turns explaining, but this weather cuts us short. Our words appear to be nothing but excuses now.
ここまでで泊まって落ち着いてからの方が正解ですよね。
Fuck off. We're going back for that one. Where is it? Not that one. Just... Yeah. So eating is your fetish. Okay. Dexter, what the fuck? You are cooked. And not in the food sense.
まあ、ここまで崩れちゃったら、止まって落ち着いてからの方が正解ですよね。
とは思うのだが。
I start to get worried. I get the feeling that I made a misjudgment, and now I feel restless.
とにかく、様子を確認しよう。電話を貸してもらえるか。
はい、どうぞ。あ、学園の番号ってわかります？
すまない。
I dial the number on the memo Paulette gave me, and a calm voice answers.
すみません。在園生の右田響の兄ですが。
Look at the weather. I'm sure many people are calling in. The answer is extremely emotionless, but also quick and accurate.
はい。合宿所に。ええ。そうですね。可能であれば話を。はい。すみません。
Everyone looks on worriedly, so I hold up my thumb to show them everything is okay. Perhaps I'm being too overly protective. If anything happens, they'd contact. Oh.
もしもし。あれ
It's the same voice that answered the phone. Naturally, it's not Hibiki's voice. The bad feeling I had starts to grow, and now it has become a reality.
いないですか。響が。妃も、凪も深見も。4人、揃って。そうですか。はい。こちらも心当たりを全部。はい。何か分かり次第に、すぐにご連絡します。
相鉄様。
全滅だ。美濃笠さんのところも、早瀬さんのところも、宝生さんのところでも、心当たりがないそうだ。
そんな。そうちゃん
枕ね。
She runs into the rail shop out of breath. Makoto was the first one I called about this. I had asked whether Hibiki had gone home, and if not, I asked for a way to contact Osho Mototada.
そうちゃん、術戦炭鉱じゃなかと？
それは僕も考えた。が、湯の井から徒歩で行けるような場所ではないし。
歩き以外は？
While saying that, Makoto opens a map. This map appears decades old. It's the map when Jutusen coal mine was still active.
例えば、ギリギリまでエアクラで行ってからとか。
86、ナビと教官をつなげるか。
はい、つなぎます。え？ああ。
Before I can give directions, Hachiroku takes a pen.
コピーやけん。直接書き込んじゃってよかよ。
While Makoto is speaking, Hachiroku draws up lines to set up a wide range. This is the aircraft no entry zone that Navi knows about. Hachiroku recreated that on the map.
こぎゃん広かと？
うん。お人よ側からなら、線路沿いのここ。
At one edge of the no entry zone, it points at the part Navi first made an emergency landing.
ここから線路沿いに2キロも歩けば、術戦炭鉱近辺に到着できるが、湯の井側から歩くとなると。
一番近くて6キロくらい？
歩けぬ距離ではなかろうが、4人全員きちんと登園はしたとのことなのだ。
Being at the highest class for the four, Kisaki's class ends their curriculum at 2 p.m. If she prepared aircraft after that and started traveling as close to the no entry zone as possible.
ああ、いや、タクシー会社に問い合わせてみよう。 自宅からの送迎がなかったことは確認している。
それは私が。
Paulette picks up the receiver. I'll leave that to her.
ナビが頼まれたってことはなかった？
Makoto glances at Hatsudoku. Hatsudoku looks into the distance and then slowly shakes her head.
ナビはずっと相鉄様のフォローをしていたそうです。誰も乗せてもいないし、何も頼まれてもいないと。やったら他はエアクラ以外で。
いや、そうか。エアクラ以外か。
そうてつくん、ナギがご迷惑ばかけまして。
ミノカサさん、ちょうどよかった。
Right as he enters the rail shop, he stops midway as he's bowing.
ナギは今日、キャンプ道具を持って出かけましたか？
今日ですか？今日は普通の通学カバンは。
He gets up to that point, and then Minokasa groans.
いや、何日か前にお泊まりの準備ばする言うて、寝袋だなんだ持ち出して、持ち帰ってきとりませんが。
そうですか。
湯の井近辺のタクシー会社さん、響ちゃんたち4人でも別々にでも乗ってないみたいです。
ありがとう。それではすまんが、関さんにかけてくれんか。
ああ。
Makoto figured it out too. On the map is a line that denotes the river. At the closest point, it's less than 1 kilometer from the Jutsusen coal mine.
はい。はい。え、そうなんですか？はい。わかりました。ありがとうございます。
An excited voice. He puts down the receiver with force.
関さん、今、湯の井の発船所なんだそうです。台風で流されないよう、船上げておくため、それで。
船が一艘。足りないのだな。
はい、そうおっしゃってました。
ならば4人は、川を下って術船炭鉱近辺に向かった可能性が高い。
Nagi took the day off as the assistant yesterday, and she was dealing with a group reservation for the downstreaming. The two of them must have realized that using the river would be easy to get to the coal mine.
炭鉱は、キャンプ、危ないですよね。もしも、暖を取りたくて人が使っちゃったら。
I stand up straight upon hearing that from Paulette.
そうだな。ガスと当たってしまえば、最悪爆発だ。
爆発って？炭鉱内にはガスが発生しやすいんですよ。工具とかも火花が出ないものを使うくらいですから。旧宿舎群に泊まるとしても危なかとよ。あそこいつ倒壊してもおかしくなか建物もあるばい。でしたら相鉄様、すぐ向かいましょう。
そうしたいのは山々だが、手がかりもなしの捜索はどれほどの時間がかかってしまうかわからない。
今稼働できる車両が8620しかありませんから。
Once we enter the area near the Jutsusen coal mine, there is no other way to make outside contact. Doing a blind search can take up valuable manpower and transportation that could have been better spent elsewhere.
推測だけでは動きづらい。最もつかみやすい手がかりは、船か。
相鉄様、ナビが飛行禁止区域外の川沿いを。
ダメだ。飛ぶな。命令だ。
A search from the sky is definitely effective, but with the bad weather, not only will it be difficult to see, there might be secondary disasters. Even if we have to take extra time, it's best to take the most certain method.
船を上げるなら、関さんは湯の井にガソリンエンジン車で向かっているのだよな。
In the next moment, Paulette grabs the receiver.
はい、お願いしてみます。
10船炭鉱近辺の上陸可能地点に船があるかないかだけ、その1点だけ確認し、報告してほしいとお願いしてくれ。
わかりました。レイナもお願いしてくるですね。
あ、
Suddenly, Raina goes outside the door, paying no heed to the rain.
ゴンちゃん、通訳お願いするです。
I think I understand what Raina is trying to do, but will the sparrows be able to fly in the storm?
聞きました。手伝えることがあれば言ってください。
Reverend Akai, the monk, and his wife come in place of Raina.
とりあえずは氏子さんたちの連絡網で情報を集めてもらっています。
こっちもだ。檀家の連中が方々聞き回ってる。
炊き出し、おにぎりとお味噌汁用意するから。
皆さん、ありがとうございます。
私ですね。失礼。
The phone rings non-stop. People we know and people we don't all gather here. Makuta is in the middle of the people offering to help, splitting them up in roles. This is Ohitoyo. It doesn't matter if they're for or against the factory. When our home is in danger, we join hands to connect. Ohitoyo is a town of connections with people. Because we have this connection, even from now on, we should just continue doing what we can.
枕ね、ポーレット、しばらく頼む。僕らはいつでも出られるように整えておく。
わかりました。任せて、そうちゃん。
They're so dependable. I have no concerns about this. Just move forward.
行くぞ、86。
はい。
I prepare the furnace and head out to the main line. Once we're prepared to start the train, all that's left is to wait for contact. Okay, now that it's transitioned to a different scene. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Huh? Hang on. Dexter is like Rayman snorting crack from that naked horsewoman's back, but instead of that, it's a lolly. Dexter, you're like 8.5 out of 10 insane. Please put it in simpler terms. No, I meant the example you used. You mean the Rayman stuff? Yeah, well, basically, you'd have a naked lolly lying down on her belly, and you'd put crack on her back, and then snort it off her. I can't explain. Well, first of all, you don't snort crack, you snort cocaine. You smoke crack. Alright? Second, it would be... the lolly would be lying on her back. Don't ask. Look what you did, now I look like the insane one. I mean, I might if I didn't know what it was and she asked me to. I really am insane, aren't I? I wouldn't actually eat off someone's body IRL. I don't even share food or drinks. I think it's disgusting. Not even with my mum. What do you mean, not even with your mum? What do you mean sharing food? Alright. It's like... Do you not, like, have something, right? You get something from a place, and then your mom is like, "Can I get a bite off of it?" Like eating off the same fork. For she's your mom, bro. You share the same DNA. What kind of diseases are you gonna get from her that you wouldn't already have in your body? STD? Look, all I'm saying is that if your mom had an STD, you would have gotten it when you were born, alright? Unless she contracted it after, but, you know, well, she doesn't have one. So then your argument doesn't make sense, bro! But you never know. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't like it either. Starving, what's your argument for this? It's unsanitary? Bro, that your parents, you like what germs do your parents have that you wouldn't? But I can act pretty out there with people I'm comfortable with, but not sexual or illegal though. Okay. And then you're like, so wouldn't the Antichrist technically be female? Like, excuse me? What if it's step parents? I mean, yeah, if it's step parents, it's more iffy. But like, you know. And then, why'd you bring up the Antichrist, man? Where'd that come from? Because would the Antichrist be everything opposite of Jesus? I had this question in my mind when I was trying to sleep yesterday. Oh, how did you segue from talking about I wouldn't share my food with my parents because it's unsanitary to the Antichrist is a woman? Well, if you flip symbols, it means opposite. Right. You know what? I wish the Antichrist was a woman because she would be hot. Because she would be a demon. What? That's another reason why I prefer animated lollies. I don't have to worry about diseases, socializing, etc. What do you mean socializing? Would you not be socializing with the lolly character to give so that you could convince her to give you head? What? Whatever. You play visual novels. The only thing the games are all about the main character socializing with girls to fuck. Well, it isn't real, so it doesn't count, right? So you're saying that you wouldn't even use a chatbot to rizz up a lolly character in a lolly chatbot, because instead of you socializing, like it's the writers socializing for you in visual novels. I mean, I could, but then you'd be socializing. Well, socializing IRL exhausts me. I mean, yeah. So, you know. Socializing with the lolly chatbot would also be exhausting because you'd have to write out every response and read all of her responses, right? You'd have to think. Like typing on stream isn't as bad, but it's different because you're trying to get the lolly chatbot to give your personification of yourself or whatever head. Right? So you'd have to convince the lolly bot to, you know, do that. Or, I mean, you could settle for a Kuma bot, but, like, where's the fun in that? You know? It takes out more energy for real people, I guess. This is all staying in the VOD. Not the recording, though. There's a reason I stopped. There's a reason I waited until the transition. because they actually react to me? Is it because when you chat to a lolly, when you write out a response, when you write out a sentence to a lolly chatbot, you can write out anything and there won't be any consequences about it, and you'll be able to redo her response until you get the right one? You know what? That makes sense. We're not talking about this anymore. All right. I can return to the rail shop for now.
相鉄様、お気づきになられましたか？
ああ、
Well, that's part of it, I guess. Okay. Hasidoku asks me the moment that comes to my mind. I realize it too. I don't have to worry about offending people. Look, all I'm saying is that if you have to constantly think about what words to say to not offend someone, either there's something up in there's something wrong in your head where every second sentence you have to say something that might be considered slightly offensive, or I mean, you are living in America, so it's most likely the second option, that it's their fault.
スズメだよな。ただの一羽も見かけない。
探しに飛んで出てくれたのでしょうか？
これだけ煙を焚いているのに来なかったのだ。そうであってほしいと思うよ。
I'm doubtful that the tiny sparrows would be able to fly around in the storm. Yeah, but like, you know, I'm sure that the birds would be able to fly. I'm sure they're used to flying around in stormy weather. Maybe.
猫の手でもスズメの羽でも借りられるならありがたい。少しでも有力な情報が得られれば。
We've taken all the steps we can. All that's left now is to wait. The fatigue from today's shift weighs heavily, but I'll still have to make all the preparations to move out.
そこまで術戦炭鉱の夜を見たかったのでしょうか？
I feel an ulterior meaning behind Hachiroku's question. I was wondering a little about that too.
どうなのだろうな。計画的に。響が僕を騙すものとも思えんが。
Hibiki isn't that good of a liar to begin with. She went out of the house today with an innocent smile as usual.
いつもと違う荷物もスポーツバッグ一つだけだ。あれでは着替えを入れるくらいがせいぜいだろうさ。
でしたら、宝生妃様か凪様かが主導で。
妃が主導はあるかもしれんな。
Not only Hibiki, but Nagi and Fukami have taken a liking to her. If Kisaki suggests it, no one will refuse.
が、ただ単純に話し合いでアイディアが出ず、突発的に実地を見てみようとなったのかもしれん。
Nagi in her own way lacks common sense. The whole issue with the sleeping bag could just be her forgetting it somewhere.
加藤すずめさん、戻ってきました。
あ、
どうでした？
They're all dead. I run down the steps to find Reina and Kon, carrying the drenched Kato sparrow. I don't know why his voice has to be so deep.
いなかったそうなんです。配炭鉱の中にも宿舎跡にもいなかった？
I'm glad that Starvey also brought it up. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Most people are entitled, arrogant, female, want to cause problems for only their benefit, etc. Ain't no way you chose female as an... Dexter, there's something you ain't telling me. Hatadoku looks at me confused. I don't know if I should believe that report, but if I will believe, well, where else should I look?
ああ。いや、そうか。
相鉄様。
コンも加藤スズメもありがとう。レイナ、支払いは僕がする。一番上等な油揚げとパンと盛大に振る舞ってくれ。
油揚げとパン、了解ですよ。
チュンク。
Behind Kato's sparrow, jet black sparrows wet from the rain follow Reina. Those sparrows all got together to search through the coal mines and dormitory.
レイナが話せているとして、それでもどうでしょう。スズメはもちろん鳥目でしょうし。
だとしても、いたのであれば気配があろう。スズメは臆病な鳥だから、気配にはむしろ敏感だろうし。
けれど、もしもそうなら、響たちは一体どこへ。そうてつくん、関さんから電話ありました。船、炭鉱近くの川岸に上げてあったそうです。
やはりか。
Then it said, "This is Hosho Kisaki we're talking about." After all the investigation and the searching, she should know that staying in the coal mine or dormitory is dangerous. I pulled up Hachiroku into the cab. I opened the crew bag immediately.
出るぞ、86。準備をしてくれ。
出るって、どこへでございますか？
We're going to Jutsusen coal mine.
無論、響たちを迎えにだ。
そうてつくん。
It's Paulette's voice. I stick my head out of the cab's window and see blue eyes looking up to me.
わかったんですか？響ちゃんたちがどこにいるか。
They're in the station, wouldn't they? They would be in the station, right?
ああ、多分。いや、かなりの角度があるとは思う。
I mean, like, where else would they be? Could they be if they aren't in the dorm or the mine?
そうですか。じゃあ私、助手で入りましょうか。あと、捜索に人員がいるなら、客車つなげて。
いや、僕の予想が正しければ、捜索は一瞬で済む。空振りの場合でも、すぐに連絡を入れるので。
Yeah, but Jutsusen coal mine is in a no-fly zone, which means that you won't be able to contact anyone in the. I thought they already said. I thought they already said that.
わかりました。その場合に備えておきますね。それと、携帯も持って行ってください。
すまん、借りるぞ。いずれにせよ時間はかけない。通話可能になったら、すぐに連絡する。
お願いします。他にしておくことがあれば言ってください。
連絡を。関さんには万一のため近辺で通話可能な場所に詰めておいてほしいと。
わかりました。それ以外には。
僕には今は思いつけん。気がつくことの手当てを任せていいか。
わかりました。やっておきます。
ありがとう。
There is no better person than Paulette when it comes to taking care of other people. In that case,
やりきるだけだ。僕にしか。僕と86だけにしかできないこと。確実に。
oops, fuck the last sentence too, man. Maitetsu. This is the last chapter, right? Surely, you know, after we get Hibiki, we save them before they get swept away in the rain or whatever. We come back, you know, because Sotetsu was so desperate to save Hibiki and the others. All right, he gets over his trauma, you know, and then blah blah blah, and then there's this, and then we get the CG of Reina and Hachidoku with the train set model at the end, right? Fucking
やりきるだけだ。僕にしか。僕と86だけにしかできないこと。確実に。
Yeah, Dexter, all humans are corrupted, you know, like children. Fuck. The smashing rain and clouds like steam, cloud like steam scatter and the focus of the headlights. The storm and fog create a veil of light. The fantastical scene is shutting out our field of view. We are literally in the dark. I've been trained in nighttime driving, but driving in bad weather and terrible visibility is completely alien to me.
くそ。
The smell of iron, the sound of the blast, strong rain and winds. They turn into a cold invisible hand that gradually tightens its grip around my throat. If I try to ignore it, my memories of that day will be revived. I shake my head, take deep breaths, and keep my hands from being idle.
そうだ。とにかく投げ込みだ。
Crunch. With coal, fire, and water, as long as the steam's maintained, 8620 will continue to run on the tracks. And beyond the tracks is possibly Hibiki and the others waiting for our rescue. Stay calm and keep moving. That's all I need to do. Once I get past this, everything will take a turn for the better. Just like that. Just think about what is realistic. Think about the present. Since Kisaki's started helping, there's not meant to be an apostrophe S. The financial situation of Ohitu Railway has gradually improved. But you're still in massive debt. If Kiha 7 can return to normal operation, we'll have much more room to spare money in operation. Much more room to spare money and operation-wise. Yep. Maybe then we can increase the number of staff. Once we get another helping hand as an engineer assistant, even the situation wouldn't be as worrisome. Hatsudoku shouldn't be playing the part of an engineer. Without an engineer assistant, I have to deal with the shoveling. Hatsudoku, the one who'll be driving 8620 as the engineer. Her maintenance body is tense and makes me think how eerily beautiful she is. Listen, this is not the time, alright? But it's like we're blindfolded. Hatsudoku in her maintenance body has insufficient sense of functionality. When I, as the engineer, and Hachidoku in our operation body team up, I feel like we have each other's backs. I don't have that feeling now. Hachidoku does not have our operation body abilities that constantly monitor the train car to give accurate instructions. This is 2.
制限60
Did everything I said go beyond pessimism? Yes. You believe everyone, every human is evil. Even if you're a philanthropist, you're still inherently evil because you're a human being. That is more than pessimism. That is nihilism at that point. Through the rain, the call-outs seem very faint. The call-out is for signed confirmation, but it's likely she can't even read it. It's out of experience alone. She's researched and built up experience until today.
Oh, そうだ。
My throat feels better now. Hatsudoku's remarks list my worries. Just corrupted. Corrupted by what? Alright. When a philanthropist donates $1 billion to a charity, what are they corrupted by? Are they corrupted by like a savior complex? Like, what do you mean? My throat feels better now. Hachiroku's remark lifts my worries.
見えているんだ、86には。いや、僕にだって見えたじゃないか。
Behind the veil of rain, I can see it, even if we're running at a speed different than usual. The location of the signs signal railroad crossings and abandoned stations. I know where they are. I know where they all are. My experience supplements my vision.
そうだ、86は86だ。僕よりよほど経験豊かだ。何を心配することもない。
I thought I had paid such close attention, but my thoughts keep becoming negative. I shake my head slightly, stronger than previously. Taking a deep breath, I reset my grip on the one scoop. Crunch, crunch. But my willpower isn't enough to move the coals. As if things were damp, the coals refused to burn cleanly.
86、ブロワーをかけるぞ。
She can't hear me, possibly because of the rain. I speak again, this time a bit louder.
86、ブロワーをかけるがよいか。釜の具合が優れんのだ。
ブロワーですね。どうぞなさってください。
ブロワー。
With the call out, I turn the valve, and steam is forced out of the chimney. Ventilation should have occurred, but when I open the firebox, the furnace is still not burning as it should.
なぜだ。まさか実際にしけっているわけでもあるまいに。
As if she just woke up, she blinks in irregular intervals.
燃えが悪いのは気圧のせいです、相鉄様。
気圧？ああ。
Just having this conversation brings me relief. I don't want to ruin Hachiroku's concentration, but I still have to respond.
そうか、気圧か。これほどの台風のただ中だものな。
Hachiroku's back twitches. It almost seems to be that she's tense for some reason.
どうかしたか？
いえ、響たちは大丈夫かと。
そのことならば心配するな。響だけではなく、妃も深見もいるのだ。
Have a good night, starving. Even if Nagi suggests to sleep in some strange place, the others would definitely not allow it.
僕らの目と手で安全性を確かめただろう。ハイタン港の探索に最適なベースキャンプ地ならば。
The tension from her back seems to dissipate.
駅舎ですか。
I told you it was they were in the station. What did I say? Too busy. Fucking Dexter too busy talking about how the world is corrupt and shit. Man, fuck you. Focus on the fucking visual novel. Why do you think I'm playing it? Fucking hell. We're close to Hachiroku's ending, I think. Hopefully.
あの日得たデータから出た結論を響も妃も確認しているのだからな。
さようですね。はい。はい。
She must be worried. Hachiroku nods to herself over and over again.
響たちは駅で私たちの到着を待っている。
Hachiroku says while thinking long and hard. Those words gradually seep into my heart.
ああ、そうだな。
Knowing that the situation is simple, a switch flips in my head. Flips on in my head. I'm just taking passages from one station to another, do as I usually do, and the problem will solve itself.
木下廃駅通過。
木下廃駅通過。よし。
The clear call out by Hachiroku renews my willpower. This will help us safely arrive at the abandoned Jujutsu-sen coal mine station. Unlike how it usually is, though I am the engineer assistant, I have muscle memory in what to do. I throw a lesser amount of coal and check the water level. Boiler water level is too low. I twist the water valve to return it to 80%. We can do this with just the two of us. We've trained ourselves to do that. Hachiroku beat it into me. You have a lolly voice changer? No. And I will never use one. Even if I did. Even without an engineer assistant or in bad weather, we can overcome that. Water level. We're doing what we normally do, but the water level is abnormally high. No, it's almost up to the max.
そうか。これも気圧が。
Puff, puff, whoosh. An abnormal sound. Something large and black covers our view. Black rain starts to splatter against the windshield.
なんだこれは。
相鉄様、大丈夫です。収まります。
Hachiroku turns away from the tracks to smile at me. The black rain's still pounding on the windshield. I took a look, but I don't see anything.
ただのプライミングです。水が飛び切れば収まります。
プライミング？
Priming? Like what you should do... like what you should do to my Twitch channel. Never mind. If you haven't used... If you still haven't used your Amazon Prime free subscription on a Twitch channel, consider using it on mine. Fucking priming.
ボイラ水が溢れたのです。それが蒸気と一緒に膨張し、猛烈な勢いで煙突まで抜けて吹き出た。
You made a mistake. I added too much. I thought I was doing things as usual, but the air pressure affected me. No, that's not it. If I had done it as usual, why didn't I confirm with Hachiroku before I added the water? I made the mistake of thinking it's only a little more. My naivete is the cause of this.
そのようなお顔をなさらないでください。
I'm agitated. Even I know that. That's probably why Hachiroku smiles at me, as if to comfort me. May you please just use the lolly voice changer when you react to videos next stream. No! I literally told you I don't have one!
プライミングなど、ままあることと聞いています。実害はほとんど発生しないものであるとも。
Get one? No! Why would I want one?
そうか。
I don't know if it's out of sympathy or comfort, but her words feel warm. Self-blaming is pointless right now. I suppress the feeling of regret straight into the bottom of my gut.
すまん。同じ失敗は繰り返さぬようにする。
Please? Why?
それはもちろんのことですが。
A few seconds. Silence as if she's looking for the right words. I'll pay. That's not an answer.
駆け出しの自分にはよく起こす失敗と聞きますので、今まで一度もなかったことがむしろ珍しいかと。
それは86。お前のおかげだ。
The facts prove it, especially if it's a common mistake. Not only with me, but with Hibiki and Nagi. No matter who was the engineer assistant, this never happened.
お前が常に的確な指示をくれるから、僕らは失敗らしい失敗もせずやってきたのだ。
いえ、そのような。
Crunch over
なんだこれは。
a different abnormal sound, a metallic shock. It sounded like a distant, a dentist's drill striking a steel tooth.
まさか。
The same sound. Sound won't stop. It's even escalating.
油切れか。
The bumping caused boiler water to shoot out of the chimney at high pressure. It must have washed away all of the oil in the moving parts.
そんな、このような事例、ほとんど聞いたことも。
が起きたのだ。何万分の1であろうと。
Because she has the ability to prevent problems, Hachiroku's agitated once a problem does occur. At this rate, 8620 will burn up and break down. There's only one thing to do here.
相鉄様、代わってください。私が。
いや、ダメだ。僕が行く。
危険すぎます。生身の人間がそのような。
お前とて転落すれば壊れよう。お前が壊れてしまっては8620はもう走れない。
ですが。
僕はオーナーでマスターだ。
I can't let her go. I won't let her go. If Hachiroku breaks, even I'll be too scared to walk anymore.
命令をする、86。このまま運転を維持するんだ。
相鉄様。
Without waiting for her to continue, I get out to the walking plank. This is the perfect storm, alright. The winds toss and turn me, and I'm literally being beaten down.
普段であればなんてことはない距離なのに。
Only a few meters from the cab is the boiler shell differential, and then the oil pump.
さあ。
My hand gripping the handrail and my foot on the walking plank slip. The splattered oil is probably on there.
くそ。
The smell of iron and oil, the sound of wind and rain. My body's instantly chilled, reminding me of that day. But if I start shaking, I die. I have to suppress it with my mind and body.
今度はこの手を今度こそ絶対この手を離さんぞ。
I inch closer. I shuffle my feet to the walking plank, continuing to make progress.
美智子が掴ませてくれた命なんだ。
I finally understand. Michiko pushed me away, and with her other hand, she passed me her life.
86層出会わせてくれた命なんだ。
And with each step, I realize it more. That I yearn to live this much.
よし。
I finally get the differential, but stay calm. Panic and you die. I slowly let go of my right hand and open the door to the oil pump, placing my hand on the handle inside. I turn the handle slowly with one hand, and soon the metallic noises stop.
やったぞ86。
I return the oil into the system, but it'd be the epitome of stupidity if I let my guard down now. I move my hands and feet back to the cab ever more carefully. I literally fall back into the cab. I can't breathe. I feel dizzy. I'm wet and chilled, causing my body to feel heavy.
相鉄様。
I jump up to the sound of her. Hachiroku.
どうした八六。
私には無理です。もう無理。
Maintaining her focus to the front side, Hachiroku's breaking down in tears. The tears fall to the floor in large drops, and yet she's still maintaining control of the regulator.
無理です。運転を維持するなど。
八六。
相鉄様まで私を置いて行ってしまうかと。
That's right. Hachiroku also has been left behind. After the accident, she was left behind by her engineer and her friends from everything that she spent her life with.
私はもう誰もなくしたくなど。
Her cries strike my heart. I finally understand that Hachiroku is the same as me. The pain of being unable to save someone, the pain of letting others die. She's been shouldering that weight since that day.
私を置き去りにどうかしないで。
八六。僕は。
I was too reliant on her. I was too dependent on this tiny Hachiroku. As a grown man, and I couldn't withstand my own worries, and I pushed them all on her. I'm a grown man. I've done that until now, without even knowing it. How could I? I'll be back. You are a grown man. I was reading the start of the sentence, okay? I'm back. Hello, Meow. Happy day of the Gong and World Giraffe Day. Still feeling the after effects of food poisoning, but at least it's a lot better now. Wishing you a chill time. Thanks. Alright, anyway, let's just, you know, we're close to halfway. But, yeah. Close to coming, okay. I shouldn't have read that. We're not at the last station yet. We're not able to get there because I now know that Hachiroku is the same.
これ以上一人で
八六。
Hachiroku supported me all along, accepting everything I forced onto her. If Hachiroku is falling apart, it's my turn to support her.
一人じゃない。僕も。お前も。
That's why I embrace her. I envelop Hachiroku's hand with mine. Yet you still do read my weird messages aloud sometimes. Yeah, that's because I don't read them before reading them aloud. Reading them in my head.
もう一人じゃない。一人じゃないんだ。僕がいて。お前がいるから。ここにいるから。
Fuck. Bad habit? Yeah, as bad of a habit as fat fingering the enter key. We try to keep that in mind, but we can't forget. The pain of the scar is the same for both of us, but Hachiroku never showed me her pain. Because I was there, Hachiroku couldn't release her pain from the accident. I know better than anyone how painful that is. I think I finally understand how I should deal with that pain. If you were a massive streamer, you would be screwed. No, I wouldn't.
86、この勾配の向こうの景色がお前にも見えるよな。
Hachiroku tenses up. She begins to shake out of fear. Even so, her fingers keep moving. Our hands on top of each other move the regulator and brake. Thanks for the hydrate.
あそこを越えれば到着できる。響がそこで待っているんだ。
The stretch. The rain continues to pour. Our vision's still mostly blocked. Even so, we'll continue to look even if we can't. The Kuma River number 4 bridge. The red and thin iron bridge. The ASMR should be louder. Okay.
私には無理。
Hachiroku won't stop shaking. Her tears are flowing like a river.
見えません。だって橋はあの橋は。
ああ。
Her watery eyes are looking into the past. We were forced to all this time.
あの橋を、あの過去を。僕も同じだ。越えられなかった。
The sadness of being unable to save them. The sadness of letting them die. It'll never go away. We couldn't accept it or forget it. I was forced to realize that time and time again.
だがな、86。
I pull her close. We exchange our body heat. I know it'll reach her. I try to listen each time, even if Hachiroku fears and hates it.
僕らは二人だ。
We're not alone. Just like Michiko and me back then, we supplement each other.
一人では決してできないことが、二人だったらできるんだ。
Hachiroku's the one who taught me that. If she's forgotten it, just remind her.
お前はあの橋を越えられなかった。僕はあの橋を越えられなかった。
And we let them die. We couldn't save them. The scar will never vanish. We will bleed for as long as we live.
だから越えたい。あの橋を。
Our hands move. My hand and Hachiroku's hand layered over one another. They move together.
越えよう。今日こそ。僕とお前で。僕ら二人で。
Hachiroku swallows. She is so cute. You shouldn't... Maybe you shouldn't say that while she's crying. As if she's drinking down something in exchange. She blurts out something in a fragmented voice. We can't accept it. We can't forget it. We won't be forgiven. We can't forgive. But that past created this present. Because of that accident, we are now together.
他に何もしなくていい。ただ一つだけをすればいい。
We approach the incline. The adhesion isn't enough. The sandblasting cock spits... what? Spits out the sand. At the same time, the driving wheel passes. The exhaust water then washes away the sand.
あの橋だ。
I see it now. Beyond the slope. Beyond the rain. The red color blends in with the surroundings. It's so fragile. As if it could fall at any time.
あの日の橋を僕とお前で。
はい。相鉄様。
But I won't be afraid. Hachiroku and I won't fear. Because we both know it. We both know we can do it.
私と相鉄様とで。
It overlaps. Not just not just our hands, not just our bodies, but our words and hearts.
ああ、僕たちで。僕ら二人で。
That's why I can do it. That's why I can do this. We've done so because we're together.
乗り越えるんだ。
Clunk bump. An unbelievable light sound. A sound that appears far away. We're already decelerating. All we need is inertia to reach our destination now.
ほら、できた。
できました。
She blinks multiple times, and then her tears fall away.
できました。私たちは超えました。
うん、超えたな。
Entering into the dilapidated platform feels slower than usual. Something runs out to us in that instant. It's Nagi. She's completely wet. Past her is Hibiki, Kisaki, and Fukami. I knew they were here.
だから帰ろう。お人よに。
See, guys? Nothing went wrong. And I already told you that this whole scene was meant for them to... so that Hachiroku and Sotetsu could overcome their trauma. I literally said this at the start of the scene.
さようですね。相鉄様。
Or chapter, I don't know what you'd call it. Hachiroku's deep in thought, as she always is.
響たちの健康状態に問題なければ、多少時間がかかっても。
そうだな。湯の井の三角線まで行ってしまう方が安全だ。そこから折り返して前を向いてお人へ帰ろう。
はい。
A smile, a brighter one than usual.
開けて開けて開けて開けて。乗れるばい乗れるばい乗れるばい。
おっと。
You're ruining a moment, Nagi. This is why we towed the passenger car. Hachiroku quickly takes out the key to the passenger car door from her pocket.
思わぬところでストーブが役に立つものだな。
さようですね。
They can rest and warm up as we slowly make our way back to Ohitoyo. Once we return to Ohitoyo Station, they can dry off. But I'm sure they'll be given a good scolding then. Been 3 hours, 35 minutes. Yeah, I know.
バカ者が!
I have to finish this because I already know that I won't have enough time in the next stream to have a full, like, at least 2-hour VOD. A dry sound, but even I can feel the pain. Almost everyone there flinches and closes their eyes, but the one being hit doesn't move in the slightest.
言い訳はしない。これは僕の責任だ。キサキ先輩!
Hibiki jumps forward, but Kisaki glares at her, telling her to stay back. And then she bows. She bows to us deeply.
どうしてもアイディアが欲しかった。その焦りにみんなを付き合わせて巻き込んでしまった。キャンプしたいって言ったのはうちばい。
Everyone turns, but Nagi doesn't care.
いやけん だったら、うちんこと。
Pop.
デフォーが
ちいちゃん
Another hit. This time the sound's louder, but no one frowns.
怪我はなかとか。
怪我今したわい。こぼできたわい。
そんほかは。
なかたい。神ちゃんも姉さんたちもピーシャンしとればい。
そぎゃんか。
A long, long sigh. Old man Minokasa opens his fist and pats Nagi with his wrinkled hand.
無事でよかった。
Minokasa's relieved face looks as if he's about to cry. On seeing that, Nagi bows deeply.
ちいちゃんに心配ばかけて、ごめんなさい。
The father and daughter, who'd averted their eyes from each other, turned to face the other simultaneously. Both of them wear an awkward expression. Mototada clears his throat.
まあ、とにかく、怪我がなくて何よりだった。
ごめん。心配をかけるつもりはなかった。
お前も大人だ。責任の取り方と謝罪の仕方は自分自身で考えろ。
Strict words echo softly.
わかっているさ。
が、必要があればいつでも言え。私も親だ。娘の尻ぐらいはいつでも拭う。
ありがとう。言葉を選んでもらえれば、もっと嬉しいけれど。
ああ、そうだな。
It's an awkward relationship, but they're still close. Makes me realize that they really are family. Wipe his adult daughter's ass. Yeah, but she's not. But she is. But she isn't. You know, it's... You know how it is.
ゆいちゃん。
深見や。
ねえねえ。おじいちゃん。
Hibiki and Fukami both back down.
ありがとう。ごめんなさい。
すぐ電話せ。緑、ここに来たがるほど心配しとったけん。
ごめんなさい。
わしにゃ謝らんで、はように安心させてやれ。
A strict but kind scolding. He's affectionate despite lecturing her. Sisters and grandfather and granddaughter. Even if the relationship is different, the warmth doesn't change.
家族か。
Just like the Vin Diesel, just like the famous Vin Diesel from Fast and Furious says, family.
相鉄様。
Hatadoku and I hold hands. It's not that one instigated it. We naturally did that. This is the same. We can just overcome things together. Don't regret or envy what's lost. Just create it again. We can do that.
で、求めたアイディアは得られたのか？
と、今の段階では思ってるよ。
Isaki nods, with a relaxed expression. She stretches, as if she's realized something, before looking straight at Mototada.
ただ、今の僕は一人の娘で、父さんは、父さんだって思うから。
You didn't hear that.
ああ、
だからそれは整理して、落ち着いた時に聞いてほしい。娘ではなく、支店長として。父さんではなく、頭取に。
そう望むならそうしよう。
He smiles for a brief instant. He nods and then Mototada turns around to face me.
私は今は一人の父だそうだから、一人の父として礼を言わせてほしいと思う。
He bows deeply.
ありがとう。娘を助けてくれて。
当然のことをしたまでです。鉄道に関わる人間として、そしてお人よの一員として。
ああ。
Mototada looks out past the ticket gates. People, people, people. The people who gathered here because they were worried. They fill up the station building and are looking at us.
炊き出しまで。
Rice balls, miso soup, towels, and changes of clothes. They're all handed to Hibiki and the others. Mototada then turns to those people and bows even deeper than before.
お人よはこういう町だと知っていました。だから僕はそれを守りたいと思っています。
そうか。
The connections with our neighbors, I don't think that's particularly special or strong. They can have fights. Everyone lives out their lives differently.
いざという時、助け合いの輪が自然とできる。その環境は壊してはいけないものだと思っています。
共存か。
Mototada's eyes quietly look up at the iron body of 8620. Railways and aircraft, even they can coexist. Really, I never would have guessed. That's been the message this entire game. What are you talking about?
「できると思うかね。わだかまりを超えて。
そう思います。心は人とレイルロードとの間でもつながるものなのですから。
うん。
Hachiroku and I are still holding hands. We keep them locked and hold them out to Mototada.
例えば、あなたと僕とでも、お人よを大事に思う気持ちはきっと共通してますし。
なるほどな。
Mototada casually puts his hand on ours. Not only that, he places his left hand on top. He places his left hand on top. He puts his hand together with ours and shakes it. Okay, so can angels and demons coexist? Yes.
君の意見は十分検討に値する。参考にさせてもらうよ。今後の経営方針のね。
He lets go of our hands. And the same hand is then placed on Kisaki's shoulder.
父さん。
疲れてるだろう。送ってやる。こんな日くらいは一緒に帰るのも悪くない。
They can live together. No one talked about demons and angels being able to live together. Coexistence doesn't mean co-inhabitants. Yeah, you know what I mean.
そうだね。今は。
I don't know if it's to apologize or just her way to say goodbye. Saki bows once more and leaves the platform. The people who gathered all breathe a sigh of relief and start to go home. But demons and angels don't want to coexist. Okay. It's the same thing with good and evil, right? In this context, angels and demons are meant to be the personification of good and evil, respectively. You can't have one without the other. Alright?
じいちゃん、帰ろう。
おれ、乗れ、深見。
じいちゃん、帰るよ。うん。
Being drawn by Makoda, Hibiki turns to Hachiroku and me. This is natural. This is natural. I remember it now. I've been given a new family a long time ago.
待ってくれ。響、姉さん。
The two of them make a big smile. Just like the sisters they are, Hibiki and Makoda's smiles are very similar.
僕と86も一緒に帰る。
Hachiroku and I also have very similar smiles.
な、86。
はい、相鉄様。そんならね。
Makoda takes Hachiroku's hand. Hibiki takes my hand. We all join hands and go home as a family. Yeah, but like, where's the foursome H scene, alright? With Makoda, Hibiki, and Hachiroku. They all have routes, alright? They all got H scenes, so why couldn't there be one with all three of them? I could feel the strength leaving my body. A sense of fatigue and malaise, I don't know how to pronounce that word, overcomes me, as well as a feeling of accomplishment. I'm not cheating on Hachiroku. Yeah, but like, you got Reina, so...
相鉄様、お疲れ様でございました。
You cheated on Hachiroku with Reina. Or you would have.
お前こそだ。お疲れ様、86。
あら？私は疲れませんよ。
He giggles. Hachiroku's as warm as usual.
私はものでございますから、疲れたりなどしないのです。
ものか。
Hachiroku says that often. It's just a statement of fact. Perhaps because of my fatigue, there's something about it that doesn't seem right.
なあ、86。ものとは何だ？
Don't get philosophical with me. What is a thing?
お前の言う。お前の定義しているものとは何だ？
ものとは。
She thinks for a brief moment, and Hachiroku resumes speaking eloquently.
人間に作られた、人間の目的のため機能する存在でございましょうか。
人間に作られた人間の目的のために機能する。
Her clear voice feels like it falls straight into my heart. Not only does the definition sound convincing, but it resonates with me on a deeper level.
ならば、僕もものだったのだな。
Not this shit.
あの事故の後、お前と出会うまでの僕は、誰かの目的を果たすため、 機能するだけの存在だった。
そうなのですか。
うん、そうだった。そうしなければ生きられなかった。今振り返れば、あれは物としてのせいだったのだな。
それでは今は相鉄様は。
A voice that seems comforting, yet hesitant. Some fear it also mixed in with her voice. Some fear is also mixed in with her voice.
今の相鉄様の姓はどのようなものなのですか？
今か。今、この瞬間の僕のせいは。
Hachiroku's looking straight at me. She's looking for an answer. Just seeing that makes me happy. We're already close, but I want to become closer. And I know Hachiroku more. And know Hachiroku more.
満たしてもらえたはずなのに、もっと多くを求めるせいだな。
I'm tired, but fulfilled. I'm fulfilled, but still desiring. Hachiroku's existence makes me painfully desire more. Yeah, I wonder why. This emotion, this impulse, how should I explain this? I speak out a thought that crosses my mind.
おそらく、これが、人としてのせいだ。生きることを求め、先へと進みたがるせいだ。
人としての姓。
それを与えてくれたのは、86、お前だ。
I thought this because I wanted to overcome. I was able to overcome because Hachiroku was there for me. And now I yearn to reach that last stop more than ever.
86、僕はお前が欲しい。
私はすでにあなたのものです。86は相鉄様のレールロードです。
Getting a bit kinky there, Hachiroku.
それはそうだが、もっと欲しい。僕は。
When I look, I can find the answer easily. It must have been there all along, but I'd feared the answer and averted my eyes.
与えられた関係ではなく、僕だけのお前が欲しい。僕は、お前を独占したいし、家族にしたい。
家族？
そうだ。つまりは、お互い等しくあることだ。
Not as Raillord and Master. We're so close, yet something is amiss.
僕は、86。お前にも、僕を所有し、独占してほしいと思っているのだ。
Hachiroku's lips quiver. Her shaking spreads to the rest of her body, and then it transfers to me.
しかし、物である私が相鉄様を所有など。
僕も確かに物だった。誰かのために機能するだけの存在だった。
I understand that more profoundly now. I finally can fully see just how alive I am now.
だが、お前と出会い、僕は物ではなくなった。お前を求めることにより、僕は一人の男となった。
Not because someone told me to, not because I was a means to an end. I desire it simply as a want of my own. That's why I embrace her with all my heart. I hold Hachiroku's body tightly as if she may break at any moment.
お前は違うか。まだ物なのか。お前は僕を求めては。
求めております。苦しいほど。
Hachiroku's arms give me the answer. They wrap around my body tightly.
ならば86。お前は女だ。
I mean, you know, she already went through her... whatever the thing is. What's it called?
はい。私は、女です。相鉄様を、これほど求める女です。
Yeah, she already went through her ceiling, so that's when she became a woman.
男と女だ。お互いに求め合っている。だったら、答えなど簡単だ。
はい。
She nods. Hachiroku faces up and closes her eyes. Our hopes overlap.
86。
相鉄様。
So to materialize that desire, we kiss to give that hope to each other. Yeah, that's all they did, guys. Don't worry. They only kissed. Alright, this is family friendly. There's more? I should have stopped. Clunk, clunk, rumble. It's the usual sound. The sound of the past. As I feel it, I open my eyes. I find myself in my usual dream.
ミチコ。
But I don't see her anywhere. Michiko's usually sitting on the other side.
どこだミチコ。
I get up, but realize it in that instant. It's entering the station. This train's already arriving at the last stop.
そうだったな。
Hachiroku and I got it to arrive. We've passed that bridge together.
ならば、ミチコは。
Yeah, she's gone forever. Good luck. I look around the passenger car. I don't feel any more pain. This will be the last time I see this place. Knowing that, it becomes strangely sentimental.
牢獄を出ていくときに、あるいは、こんな気持ちになるものかもな。
Sure. I've been imprisoned here. I've been imprisoned into here, a space that's isolated from the rest of the world. But unless I was isolated and protected, I couldn't have lived well in the outside world.
ミチコは、先に出て行ったのだな。
The door to the passenger car's wide open. Beyond that is a bright white light. After arriving at the last stop, Michiko must be with Dad and Mum.
相鉄様。
A gentle voice, but I don't see who it is. I can feel the hand that gently shakes me.
うん。
I wake up one more time. This is the dream I've seen even while awake, but now I can finally wake up from it.
相鉄様。
A relieved voice. The hand that shook me brushes gently against my hair.
僕は、うなされてでもいたか。
いえ、うなされてはいませんでしたが。
Hachiroku's hand gently slides down my face. She traces down my forehead, then to my cheek.
ああ、そうか。泣いていたのか。
はい。ですので私、相鉄様がお苦しいのかと。
苦しくはない。悲しくも。
Rather,
かすか、か。
え？
幽霊寺のご住職がおっしゃっていただろう。幽霊の幽はかすかだと。
ああ、はい。
そのかすかを僕はおそらく手放したのだ。
I don't know if I consciously let it go, or I was forced to. Either way, it's the same. It's the same. What was let go will gradually turn to memory.
手放されてお寂しいのですか？
そんな顔をしているか。
はい。
I think I finally accept it when I see her nod. This feeling really is sadness, but it's clear and dry sort of but it's a clear and dry sort of sadness.
寂しくあるが、すぐに満ちる。
I get out of the bed and pull Hachiroku into my arms. Hachiroku obediently lets me do so.
かすかではなく、たくさんで。お前が僕をきっと満たしてくれるから。
相鉄様。
Hachiroku answers me, not with words, but with a kiss. I hadn't intended to do so this early in the morning. A long, passionate and sweet kiss that melts the brain.
それが相鉄様のお望みならば、相鉄様を私はずっと満たします。
無論、それが僕の望みだ。
A small nod, full of happiness, and Hachiroku looks up to me with some tears in her eyes.
いつかおっしゃってくださいましたよね。相鉄様は私に望みを言えと。
ああ、言った。
I know now about why I asked for that.
お前の望みを僕は叶えてやりたいからな。
でしたら、
her shaking voice is filled with tears.
願わくば、私の機能が停止するその瞬間まで満たしてください。ずっと私を相鉄様で。
Damn, that's pretty fucked. What if Sotetsu dies before she does?
満たそう、必ず。僕の命が続く限りに。
It's a vow. I think of it in that instant. I should be done. So I want to do so. It should be done. So I want to do so. I blurt out the first words that come to mind.
誓うのならば、やはり形とすべきだろうな。
私はもちろんやぶさかではございませんが、けれどお仕事が。
何？仕事前には解決しよう。ポーレットに聞けばわかる話だ。
Hachiroku's expression stiffens.
ポーレット様に何をお聞きになるのでしょうか。
僕とお前が夫婦となるための手続きだ。
夫婦って、
夫と妻との一組だ。結婚をし、家庭を築くという、その夫婦だ。
They just started dating though. A few blinks. Hachiroku's cheeks turn a rosy color, her mouth opening in shock. She quickly closes it in the next instant.
はい。はい、喜んで、私でよろしければ。
She nods in large movements, as if something is broken, but she suddenly stops.
どうした、ハチロク。お前ではなく、お前が僕はいいのだが。
ですが、私、レールロードですよ。
うん、わかってる。法律上の問題だよな。だから、そこを訪ねてみようということさ。
What do you mean legal problems? What the fuck is the point of sealing then? If there are legal problems that prevent an engineer and a Raillord to be together.
はい、それもございますが。
It's the phone of all times. Why now? What bad timing.
ね、相鉄様。
ん
Hatsudoku gives a smile, as if to quell me. There's no need to rush things. It's important, so we should just start over.
こんな朝から、どなたが電話をくださったのでしょうね。
My bets are on Paulette,
一人しか心当たらんが。
I say while standing up. Hatsudoku's hand drags me down a little, but she quickly lets go.
はい、もしもし、ミキタです。そのお一人はどなたです？
ひなで始まってとで終わる。僕とお前との雇い主だ。
I giggle playfully after answering. The ill feeling of being interrupted by the phone washes away.
奇遇ですね。私もその方を思い浮かべておりました。
シフトの変更でもあるのかな。
Yaha 7's overhaul is done, so we only have 2 round trips with just the barbecue train daily. It's a stable operating schedule, but
にい、起きてる？
light footsteps. I hear Hibiki's bated breath behind the sliding door.
電話だな。
Mac.
ポーレットさんから。
Oh my, I never would have guessed. I knew it. Hatsudoku smiles, feeling the same. My heart feels bright and warm. I take the receiver and naturally grip it tighter.
もしもし、僕だ。ちょうどよかった。これは。
まだドラフトですけど、先方からも基本線の合意はいただいてます。ドラフト？
I tell her that it's a rough draft for a contract.
ああ、
She nods and Hachidoku looks once more at the paper below her.
これをもとにして、双方が細かな部分をすり合わせていくのですね。そうです。って言っても今回は。
Paulette's voice is filled with admiration, if I remember correctly. Yeah, nah, there's gonna be a whole stream worth of visual novel of a Hachidoku route left.
むしろ先方が大乗り気で、すぐにでも調印したいってくらいの勢いなんです。
だろうな。
They say that every man knows his business best, and this falls exactly into that.
水を売りにする町でなければ、エアクラ工場の誘致は実に優れた振興策だものな。
宝生元忠。やはり熊銀の頭取たる人物なのですね。
ああ、妃があれほどにライバル視、いや、超えたいと願う気持ちも当然だろうな。
This plan is that well made. If the tracks can be repaired, it can be the relay station for Mikan Railways and Yunoi Line. Kagoshima Prefecture has the Sendai Station.
エアクラ工場の誘致を支援して、代わりに持ち株会社への参加を促す。みかん鉄道が加わってくれ、伏線をなせるのならば、大九州 SL 構想の実現可能性が一気に高まりますね。
それは他社の参加へのハードルを大きく引き下げるし、エアクラ社にとっても利益につながる話となる。
エアクラ社にとってもってどぎゃんして？
書いてあるぞ。補足資料2の8ページからだ。
When a new aircraft is received by the customer, they can't let it run on its own, because there's a risk of resonance collapse. Aircraft cannot transport other aircraft vehicles.
ああ、そっか。納品のための輸送コストってエアクラでもやっぱりかかるんだ。
だな。 そのためエアクラ社はできる限り工場から直でマーケットへと卸したい。
Not through dealers, but directly from factory to customer. That's one of aircraft company's basic business strategies.
お人よにエアクラ工場をというのは、九州中央への展開の拠点とするためでしたか。
展開のために最適の土地という事実は変わらないけれど、お人よ工場設立はもう実現できなくなりましたから。
She looks up at Paulette, says that, and then starts reading the materials at hand again. Hibiki starts to nod slowly as she does.
そっか。仙台に工場作っても新車を鉄道輸送できるなら。
エアクラ社は移送コストを大きく軽減できるし、こちらとしても安定的な貨物収入を確保できる。
まさしく一石二鳥。いえ、それ以上の案ですね。三丁、四丁？あれ、お人よ市と仙台市と、お人よ鉄道とみかん鉄道と。
I doubt she can count them all with just the fingers on her hands. Hosho Mototada formulated this plan.
金のことなら、無論銀行は専門だろうが、頭取ともなると違うな。これほど大きな絵を描けるとは。
I sense everyone focusing on me when I give that honest opinion. Hachiroku, Hibiki, and Paulette all look at me.
なんだ、僕はおかしなことを言ったか。
This time, their eyes seem to move to each other. Shortly thereafter, the three of them face one another.
おかしくなかよ。おかしくなかけど。思っただけです。だからだったのかなって。
だからとは？
Their line of sight strays again when I ask that. Hibiki and Paulette both look at Hachiroku simultaneously.
あったではないですか。宗哲様ご自身を担保にというお話が。
ん？おう。
There was... Now that I think about it, if Makuda hadn't offered me for her help, I would have accepted that deal.
宗哲様を担保とし、そのお身柄を欲しがったのは、宗哲様のお力を、つまりはお認めになっていたのかと。
Yeah, and we won't be able to see how we won't be able to see this until Kisaki's route.
どういうことだ？
やけん、そぎゃんと大きか絵ば描くのは、ニーニーすっごい得意よねっていう話よ。
僕が？
です。私もそう思います。宗哲くんがまとめれば、もっとすごい案出せるかもって。
But I'm bad at drawing.
そう言ってもらえるのは嬉しい。正直、全くの過大評価だ。
The required knowledge, information, and the ability to obtain them are incomparable with Hosho Mototada. On top of that,
仮に僕にそうした素養があるとしてもだ。磨かれずにいる素養など、結局はないと変わらんさ。
磨かんと？
必要が生じない限りはな。今の体制が続くのならば、その必要も出てこんさ。
my desire is to run with Hachiroku as the engineer for as long as possible. That sort of system is being fixed, so I want to do my best within that system.
ああ、まあ、そうかもですね。
そうしていきたいのだ、僕はむしろ。故に、一つポーレットに教えてほしいことがある。
え？私にですか？
うん。
He was the mayor until recently, a professional politician, if you will. She must know more about laws than any of us.
レイルロードと人間と結婚するにはどうしたらいい？
Damn. A surprised voice out of nowhere. Paulette and Hibiki's eyes are wide open. They first turn to each other, then they both stare at me.
人間とレイルロードの結婚って、それってニーニと。
はわ、レイナ、結婚なんてまだ早すぎます。
Thanks for butting in.
Oh.
A sudden but relaxed voice from behind. She must have finished her maintenance inspection. Rena comes walking in with her maintenance body.
いや、レイラの結婚話ではない。僕と。
Wait. Walking in her maintenance body.
ちょっと待ってニーニー、コギャンと大事な話、私らだけで聞けんけん。
ああ、そうですよね。みんな絶対知りたいだろうし。
いや、
Bro, they're just gonna make their relationship public day one.
なら、私はネーネーとキサキ先輩を。
わかりました。私はナギちゃんと深見ちゃんですね。
おい。
Ignoring my exclamation, Hibiki and Paulette both take out their cell phones. What trouble this is. Or maybe it's not trouble. I'm sure everyone will find out eventually.
なあ、86。
Hachidoku is standing still with a troubled look. Did I make her worry? They would definitely tease us about it. There might even be other troubles. But no matter what happens, what I must do doesn't change.
大丈夫だ、86。僕はお前を必ず僕の妻にする。
Damn.
来たわーい。お邪魔しますです。
いや、いくらなんでも早すぎないか。
They were ready.
早かばい。空から来たばい。斡旋所までナビさんがお迎えに来てくれたです。
何をやってるんだ、ナビは。
He knew.
次はマクラさん迎えに行くって言うとったばい。
いや、そういう話では。ああ、そうか。そういう話か。
In other words, it's saving time. The farthest place from here is the Kuma River downstreaming dock. First it went there, and then to the brewery.
あらあら、賑やかやね。
うん。騒ぎになってしまった。
And the closest place is the bank. So even without a ride.
ああ、みんな揃っているんだ。待たせてしまったかな。
Of course, everyone who has a route is here.
いや、ほぼ同時の集合だ。
It's something that I wanted to ask in a calmer setting, but now that it's turned out like this, just do it. Stay calm and grounded. Look only at Hachidoku.
でだ。
What I must do. I just realized I messed up the order of events. Now that I think about it, I hadn't even heard Hachidoku's answer to it yet.
86。僕は人前で誓い直したい。
What do you mean renew? Hachidoku closes her lips tightly. She's cute, beautiful, lovable. The murmurs I hear behind me are drowned out.
86。僕は。
お待ちください、相鉄様。
I swallow the words I was about to say. Hachidoku's eyes widen and... Tears? Why would she cry?
私はレールロードです。
うん。
I already know that. But Hachiroku says that with a serious weight, as if she was confessing to a sin.
私は、相鉄様を愛しています。好みの果てるその時まで、相鉄様のおそばにいます。
ああ、僕もだ。僕もお前を愛し、生涯そばにいる。ならば、僕らは当然に。
いえ、それは当然ではございません。私は、レールロードなのですから。
He interrupts me and shakes her head.
レールロードである私を、もしも妻としてしまうのなら。
Remember that choo-choo choose you. What? Stop ruining the moment. A painful voice. It's as if she's forcing herself to say something she doesn't want to.
相鉄様を愛しても、お互い愛し合おうとも、私では、できないのです。
Hachiroku's entire body shakes. She gradually becomes silent. I feel as though I understand what is causing her pain. I don't care if it's a misunderstanding. I embrace her with both arms.
そうだな。どれほど愛し合い満たし合っても、86、お前と僕との間に、子はなせない。
Yeah, but that never stopped Kashu from dating 6 cat girls. While still in my arms, Hachiroku looks up at me with surprised eyes.
考えていたさ、そのことは。お前を好きだと。他のみんなとは違う好きだと気づいた時から。
それでも、それを分かっていても。
分かっていても、僕はお前と一緒になりたい。お前以外に妻とするものを考えられない。
ですが、相鉄様は。
うん。
Hachiroku will understand. I already know that.
子なし、命をつないでいくことは大切だ。
Dad, Mum, and Michiko. The life that they pass to me must be connected to my children.
だけれど、僕は思うのだ。
Assuming that I take that as a reason to give up on Hachiroku and have a child with a woman I don't love. Or perhaps I take Hachiroku as a mistress and marry another. Would that properly pass down my life?
子をなすだけが命をつなぐ方法じゃない。
それは一体。
Children are overrated.
僕らの力などは小さい。だが、小さいなりになしていけることもある。
はい。
The stubbornness is fading from Hachiroku's eyes. I think that the source of it was simply fear.
例えば、バーベキュー列車。あれを僕らはこれからも懸命に運転していくだろ
う。もちろんです。相鉄様とある限り、私たちがその任を解かれない限り。
そうだな。
Hachiroku knows more than me. He knows that there will eventually come a time when we're dismissed from that role.
任を解かれるその時には、きっと僕らに代わるレールロードと機関士がいる。
Scene that I've dreamed of must be something I share with Hachiroku. A path ahead.
きっと新しいレールロードがまだ見ぬ私の妹が。
うん。
Now that we know we can coexist with the aircraft, the railways will be revived, and we will be proponents to it. The dying technology of Raillords will gain new demand. Be passed down and further developed from then on.
例えばその時、新しいコンビへと僕たちが積み重ねてきたノウハウを伝えてあげる。
はい。
あるいは誰かがお人よを思い出す時、そこに僕らの8620の姿があるのでもいい。
はい。
Hachiroku nods. Hachiroku's nods give color and warmth to the future I'm imagining.
誰かがどんな形でも僕たちのことを覚えてくれて、そうした記憶がその人の中で生きるなら。
私たちはつなげるのですね。
Hachiroku's hand gains strength. I grip her hand back, transferring my body heat to her.
誰かにバトンを、私たちが残せるものを、私と相鉄様との記憶の遺伝子を。
そうだ、残せる。繋いでいける。
In order to leave our genes behind, bearing a child for the sake of it is misfortune. It won't help that child nor anyone else, but
そうして残せるものならば、きっと幸福な遺伝子だ。お前と結婚できるなら、僕は幸せになれるから。
私もです、相鉄様。あなたの妻としていただけるのなら。
ああ。
I receive an answer immediately. The happiness is very quiet. Like falling snow, it silently builds, and it's that silence that seeps into my heart.
ならばそのため、僕は生きたい。お前と二人、生きる証を残していきたい。
They're doing this with everyone in the room. Don't worry about it. All right. PDA. It's trendy.
相鉄様。
Hachiroku isn't shaking anymore. She lets go of me, then looks straight into my eyes.
私はあなたを愛しています。他の誰より、何よりも。
I know we've already sworn that to each other. And yet, the snow of happiness continues to fall.
ですので、私は望みます。
The hand she let go earlier is now stretched out to me. Hachiroku is offering her hand to me.
ふつつかものではございますが、どうか私をあなたの妻となさってください。
喜んで。
I take her hand. We naturally kiss.
今から僕はお前の夫で、86。お前は僕の妻だ。
はい。
Don't tell him that's not how the process works.
おめでとうございます。
They forgot everyone else was in the room. I had completely tripped out. We were immersed in our own world. Thank God they didn't go any further than kiss.
かっこよかった。まっこと、日の本一のお似合いの夫婦よね。おめでとう、二人とも。支店長会議を抜け出して、あまりある景色を見せてもらった。レイナ、ふわふわしちゃいました。お嫁さんになるって、とっても素敵なんですね。
Don't worry, you'll get your turn eventually. Hachiroku and I both shut out everything until now. The sudden and powerful blessings we received from all sides are making her blush a bright red hue.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとう。祝辞の分も、その何倍も、僕らは幸せな夫婦となるよ。
Until, without even signaling each other first, Hachiroku and I bow at exactly the same time. The teasing voices are blessings, bathing in that makes the happiness all the more pronounced. Wait.
そうてつくん、86ちゃん、大丈夫です。お二人、法的にも結婚できます。
It would have been weirder if you couldn't. Imagine Paulette came back and said it is illegal to marry a Raillord. Yeah, that would have been a Mio ending kind of situation.
Whoa.
Where everything goes to shit at the last second, for no goddamn reason. Right when I thought someone was missing, Paulette gives us her blessing as well. Even in this situation, she maintains her composure and was researching what I asked of her.
けれど、私はレールロードで。
Yeah, but what's the point of the ceiling? What happened? Is my OBS lagging? What's the point of the sealing process if you couldn't marry your Raillord, right? A Raillord.
大丈夫なんですよ。86ちゃんは、だって女性ですから。
Japan Compendium of Laws. The thin font on the thick book is what Paulette's pointing at.
まず、大前提として民法の定めるところは、結婚は両性の合意にのみ基づいて成立するってことです。
両性か。
これは男性と女性の両性という解釈で通用してます。
おう。
その前提のもと、直系の血族との婚姻、重婚、法定年齢に達する前の結婚が禁止されています。
Thank God he's adopted.
おう。本当だな。
Don't tell me this is how Hibiki's route is gonna end as well. This is the first time I've seen anything of civil law, but it's exactly as Paulette said. That is exactly what is written, but
僕は86が女性であることを知っているが、それは法的にも通用するのか。
the moment I say that, Hachiroku turns a fiery red. I suppose people may misconstrue what I said, but Paulette pays it no heed.
何をもって女性とするかの法的根拠は戸籍です。戸籍上で女性であれば女性ということになります。
戸籍ですか。
Hachiroku's voice clouds up.
残念ながら私には。
いいえ、残念じゃないんです。戸籍は喪失できますから。自治体の長の判断によって。
So it's legal on a technicality.
そうなのか。
お人よの場合は市長の判断になりますね。ですので、ここも全く問題になりません。
Is quite dependable. Paulette seems so bright in my eyes. Here, we have yet another expert. I almost want to bow down to her.
ですから一つだけ。それだけしてもらえれば、法律面はクリアになります。え？
Hachiroku twitches a bit in surprise.
ポーレット、それは一体。
生命です。名字と名前、それだけ決めてもらえれば。
ああ。
名前 私の名前。
Hachiroku's hands grab at my shirt. Like a small child, she's clinging onto me for help. Guess what her name is? I swear to God, if it's just 20, is 20 translated.
でしたら、名前も、私は、相鉄様にお与えいただきたく思います。
I mean, you could also just go for Migita, right? But like, you wouldn't. But like, what's the fun in that?
名前をか。
はい。86は形式名称。言うなれば、姓であるかと存じますので。
それは、なるほど、そうかもしれんが。
But I know, declaring oneself as your formal title is the pride of being the top number.
お前の姓は、すぐに右だとなるのだぞ。せっかくの86の、いや。はあ、そうか。
さようです。
Her eyes glint playfully.
お仕事では、旧姓を名乗らせていただければと。
うん、いいな。その方が、講師のメリハリをつけられそうだ。
子牛のメリハリって、ブチの言葉？模様みたくに白黒はっきりつけよるってことと？
Nagi, what the...
違うよ、ナギちゃん。今の場合は、きっと、
仕事を離れ、二人きりになった時だけ、新しい名を。いや、僕だけの名を呼ぶということだ。
なんだか兄さん、ド迫力ばい。
Nah. Shut the fuck up. I take the initiative in this case to shut out all the noise in the background. Thank God. And the newfound silence. And in the newfound silence, I think, and a name rings in my head.
鈴だ。
Great. Yep.
すず。
Fucking Suzu. He gives a soft smile.
ありがとうございます。素敵なお名前。
Look, at least it isn't the second half of 8620.
素敵で当然。お前を思い、自然と浮かんだ名なのだからな。
私をお思いくださって。
ああ。いつでもお前は凛としている。コロコロ笑うし、鈴の音のように輝いている。
すず。
She rolls it off her tongue. Hachiroku happily speaks of the new name I give her.
お呼びいただけるのは夜ですね。
そうだな。乗務が終わった後だ。
What's wrong with the name Suzu? There's nothing wrong with Suzu. It's just that now there's two characters that I know named Suzu. At least one of them doesn't have a romance route. Oh no. It's time. I better start up the furnace, or we can't run.
そういうことだ。みんな、ありがとう。行くぞ、86。
はい、相鉄様。
Suzu Hachiroku.
にー、私も行くけん。女子やけん。ずいぶんと相鉄は早足だ。ギャンテレば少し遅れてきよるけんね。ギャンテレってドギャンテレばい？
What do you mean, what part of him?
よくわからないけど、自分が実はのろけてるって後から気づく的なテレ？
At least they're complete opposite. One is a hardworking, lolly and the other is a lazy MILF. I mean, she's lazy, but you know, she's not a MILF per se. Unless you're telling me that Suzu had a secret child. I know they're blessing us through teasing, but it's embarrassing when they point out how embarrassed I am. Poke.
86さん、相鉄さん、今日も一日頑張りましょうね。
良い乗務を。
ええ、頑張りましょう。
お互いに良い乗務を。
She casually taught me that to be blessed is to be supported.
さて、と。
This is the first step toward the future. For us as husband and wife, to hand down the DNA of our memories. The memories of countless travels. The legacy of our life.
行くぞ、86。
相鉄様。
It's doing it again. Hang on. Bro, it just doesn't. It ain't it, Chief. It's too quiet. But I mean, I hear it. It's fine. It is louder, and I can hear it. It is louder than the opening, but still. But that was Hachiroku's route. I mean, it was cute. I don't know why they're showing the names of the other characters' openings, considering that we still haven't gone through them. I don't know why Hibiki's opening is lowercase. Why? Okay. But, it was good. I don't know what to say. You know, I liked it. Watch the video in media share before you end stream. Okay. But, yeah. I mean, you know, there isn't anything I disliked about it. From start to finish, it was good. I mean, Hachiroku was cute. There's a reason she's at the top of the ranking. But, you know, let's hope that doesn't change. So, yeah. But, I swear when you play Makura's route, it is going straight up to number 1. I mean, you never know. But, I mean, yeah, it was a good route. I can't really compare it to another character's route yet, until I eventually play Hibiki's route, Paulette's route, Makura's route. I think Reina's is next. No, I'm trying to go in the order from top to bottom. Damn, I hate Mills, don't I? I got her name wrong. Yeah, you did. Scripting scene director 2, but the O is capitalized instead of the T. Good job. Interesting. Alex Lee. The only Alex Lee I know is the voice actor. Executive producer too, but it's the same again. There it is. Lose. Like what you're like what you'll like what's gonna happen to your sanity when you keep playing this game. Of course it's on this CG. Ah, interesting. You can now go between, but yeah. It is weird. On the animated one, I mean, you gotta, right? I've seen this one too many times. Yep. But this'll stay up until I get to Hibiki's route, and then it'll switch when I do Paulette's route, and yeah. What is it? Hachidoku, Hibiki, Paulette, Makuta, Kisaki, Nagi, and Fukami, and Reina. Alright, that's how it is. So, next time, we'll be doing Hibiki's route. So, I hope you will stick around until then. Oh, well, yeah. But, yeah. Audio, don't worry about it. Yep. There's not much I can say. So, yeah. Media share. What the fuck is in the media share that's so important? It's a review of Maitetsu. If you're gonna say, if you wanted me to watch a review, at least do it. You got to the end of, got to end it with that. Do I? It fucks up the outro for the YouTube video because you wanted me to keep streaming after. So, you know, it's not even anything important. It's a review. You already showed me this. It's a couple seconds. I literally watched it before. I know. Fuck off. We got to round it out. Round it out with what? I don't even end the VODs with... I wouldn't even end the VOD with a media share. I'd end it off with my outro. I would skip this part. Ugh. Fine. Watched it when you first started this game. I watched it like however long ago. It wasn't when I started the game, it was around it though, around then. Yep. What a way to end off the stream. Fucking... Yep. What the fuck? You know what? That was a good way to end it off. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, a follow would be appreciated. And if you want to support me even further, you could always subscribe. What was that? You know, it's just, yeah. Anyway, what a thumbnail. Next time, because it's Friday, so there's no stream tomorrow. But Monday, I will be playing Amazing Grace, and maybe, I don't know, we'll finish Kyrie's route. I don't know how much there's left, but yeah. But until then, the coffin game, I'm not going to play Andy and Lele until a while. But until then, morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye-bye. And thank you, Dexter, for ruining my YouTube outro for the main channel.